Hi there and welcome to the Ouvolk channel once again. Today is the 16th of April. George and I have decided to go and do a fun ride in the SwartenBosch area. So here we pass through under the highway, the N2, and we are off to the mountain, taking a turn to the right. Here we access the hill that I would call Protea Hill. It's a nice long steep hill with some rocky areas, tight vegetation, and soon you'll see why I call it Protea Hill, because the vegetation is full of protea bushes, which is blooming at present. So from here, George takes the lead to go up the hill. To guess, I'd say it's about 2 to 3 kilometers from the bottom to the top. So here we've already started descending on the other side of the mountain, and from here we will access the so-called graveyard area, but we have decided to take it in the opposite direction as it would normally be taken as per Slake Adventures. One of the obstacles we had to deal with, quite a stiff one, a high step up there. We had to assist one another to get over. This one somehow I got over unassisted. Just a little assistance, and then George also got over. Down the other side of this mountain, the graveyard hill as we call it, is also quite steep. And just look at the views in front of us. In the far distance you can actually see the ocean. This is one of the best workouts one can dream of for your body. It just exercises every muscle that you have. Me here just got lost off the track there and took a little tumble. Once you've lost momentum, it actually is quite a challenge to get moving again, especially when the hill is as steep as this one. And of course, when the body is so tired, you also sometimes miss the track and get thrown off the track. Another obstacle which needs momentum and clutch control to get over. What we have here is a step down of about 700 millimeters or 3/4 of a meter, but it's quite challenging as it is steep from behind and to the forward portion of it. This is how George did it, got off and walked the bike down. This section is a section that we often ride. It's the opposite direction again of the Slate B loops. Once again, look at the spectacular view we have here. Down the other side of the mountain. And then at the bottom we're going to turn right and start moving towards the riverbed. This is the sideline of Monster Hill, which I prefer to take. Of course, it's the easier option here. George is attempting Monster Hill itself, but without enough speed or momentum. He got to there and had to turn around. Little downhill into the first riverbed. Twists and turns to get through, some rocks to get over. It's not really technical, it's just the twists that are tight that you have to take a bit slower. And be mindful not to fall over, especially here to the left, because then you will end up in that water hole. In recent videos of this specific area, it was actually a lot more water that we had to go through, especially here. It was a water puddle about half a meter deep, and today it was dry. So this is the very steep downhill into the riverbed, the last riverbed for the day's ride. Very steep and a tight turn at the bottom. Here's George coming down, managing it very well. This track often changes as trees fall over or as the local people cut down trees for firewood. Then we have to find new routes to get around or through areas where we would then run ourselves into those that either have fallen down or been chopped down. This specific area is where we previously had to go through under the trees that have fallen over, and with the slate they have relayed or rerouted the track to go around. So it's up this hill, around and down into the riverbed again. The trick here is because it's not a straight uphill, you have to turn left and then switch back to the right again as soon as you get here. Not a lot of room to maneuver in. Eventually we got up and off to the down hill, entering the riverbed again. Another tight turn with some rocks in one's way. So we reached the end of the riverbed, and George opted to take the steeper option of the exits, but in my opinion without enough speed. Got to that point and stalled the bike. So from here we're off to Birthday Hill. Up the side of the hill with the rocky area. This is really not technical. It's the, one could say, the sissy route around that hill. And here we go down the hill again. And this is in the opposite direction as what it was when the slake took place earlier this year. We sometimes do the routes of the slake in reverse because you get another perspective of the track, of the trail. Quite a steep uphill, rocky, and the rocks can throw one off the track easily. It has happened to me often. This is the last downhill. This downhill is on the opposite side of Quarry Hill, which is the very, very steep and technical one. And with this, it takes us back to where we started, through under the highway and back to the rugby club at Twisters in Humansdorp. back at Twisters we are. Thank you for watching. We look forward to having another video ready in a short time. Take care. Bye bye.